computer. Perfect. Alrighty, guys. So I'm not gonna be here very long. This is actually one of my type of favorite calls because I get to talk to you guys as leaders, right? I did a specific call and I said, look, we have the cycle, ending off in the next, I would say 30 hours. And I think this is a perfect chance for every single one of you guys, to really lock in Gen 350. If you're already Gen 350, this is the best thing I can tell you for all leaders here on this call. It's the basics, right? It's going back to the basics. That's what's going to help you create momentum in your organization, right? So even if you're a Gen 350 right now, this is still for you, right? If you're currently a Gen 350, I want you to understand, if you follow this game plan to the T, I promise you by tomorrow, I've been able to prove this over and over again with so many people. If you follow this game plan, if you follow this blueprint, right, you will be at Gen 350, right, by the time the cycle ends, which is tomorrow at midnight Eastern time. No, actually it's 1 a.m. Eastern time, right? Because I know they go by the time of Peru. So I want you to understand two things. Now that you guys are business owners, you guys are taking the leap to say, I'm going to share this opportunity. I'm going to go out there and create residual income, right, for myself. We have 2 cycles where we close out a rank that we get paid out of, right? And those 2 cycles, right, you close out on the 7th of every month and you close out on the 22nd of every month, right? I want you guys to know that because tomorrow is the 22nd. So whatever you are on the 22nd or on the 7th, that's what you get paid as, right? As an IBO, as an entrepreneur, as a leader, whatever it is that you want to call it, right? But guys, from this moment on, what I want you guys to do is make sure you give me your undivided attention, because I'm going to go through this. I'm going to go through this in very depth because I want every single one of you guys to really be at Gen 350, right, by tomorrow. Now, before I even go through the game plan, before I even tell you guys what are the expectations you need to have in order for you to follow through with this game plan, I think there's a mentality and there's characteristics that you need to have in order for you to make this thing happen, right? Because if I were to say, hey, if you follow the game plan and you just do it at your pace, right, it's probably not gonna happen, right? There's gonna be, number one, you're gonna need to be laser focused these next 30 hours, and you're gonna have to leave your excuses at home, right? Sometimes as entrepreneurs, right, we make the excuses or we procrastinate, right? Or we say certain things that don't lead us to our goals. And if you really want to make this thing happen, you have to have an all-in mentality. You have to have a champion mentality. You need to be so laser focused. You can't let any excuses, you can't let anybody take you off of your game, right? Because if you do, I promise you this game plan won't work. This is gonna be built for the people that are gonna be laser focused, are gonna have that champion mentality, right? Are not going to procrastinate, and they're going to leave, right, your excuses at home. There can be no excuses because this game plan works. But the question is will you work? Because if you do, I promise you, you will be a Gen 350, because this has been proven, like I said, over and over and over again. Like I said, these are my favorite type of calls because I get to be raw. I get to give you that leadership talk. And you know what? Sometimes you need these type of calls to fire you up. You need these type of calls to elevate your game as a leader. Because you know what? I'm going to tell you one thing. I went to a conference this past weekend, and yes, I have a whole bunch of God talk in me, and I have a whole bunch of his spirit in me right now. But you need to see, God created you for a bigger purpose. God created you, and he gave you your calling for something that's bigger than you, right? I always tell everybody, greatness, right, is leading people into service. If you want to create greatness, if you want to create fulfillment, if you want to be great, right, it's going to have to come through serving other people. It's going to have to come through helping other people, changing other people's lives. And there's one thing you guys have in front of you right now, and it's Mind Academy. So it's time to take it serious. It's time to be locked in. It's time to leave all your excuses at home. It's time for you to step up to that expectation. It's time for you to step up as a leader and really lock into what with God, all the gifts God gave you. Right now is the perfect time for you to utilize them. Leave all the BS at home. Leave all the distractions at home. Guys, this right now, if you tap in, if you lock in, I promise you, not only are you going to reach Gen 350 tomorrow, but you're already creating new habits, new paradigms, new thoughts, right? New actions that is going to help you quantum leap, right? The rest of this year. If you get into that mindset, if you get into that mentality, I promise you, it's not just these 2 days that I'm helping you reach a Gen 350 position, right? You're changing your lifestyle. You're changing how you act. You're changing how you move. You're changing your being. And that's what's going to lead you to different results. And sometimes you need these type of conversations. You need these type of calls, right? I like to call them wake up calls, right? I like to call them accountability calls, because sometimes when life happens, right, we get distracted, right? We tend to lay off. We tend, hey, this is what's going on in my life, right? And we slow down. We take our foot off the gas pedal. But not today. I promise you, you guys run this up. You guys are laser focused. You delete all distractions, and this will be done. But guess what? There is a price you got to pay. There are things you need to sacrifice in the next 30 hours. This won't work if you do not sacrifice. If you do not, hey, look, family time, Netflix time. Obviously, there's priorities that we all got to take care of, right? Maybe if you're working a job, those are things that you got to take care of, right? But I'm talking about the things that you can sacrifice, right? I'm talking about maybe taking away Netflix, taking away, watching TV, maybe sacrificing a little bit of time with your loved one, right? In the next 30 hours. Maybe if it's setting a schedule aside for the next 30 hours, so you have the time, the effort, and everything that you got to get in order for you guys to really make this thing happen. So if you guys are ready, if you guys are fired up, if you guys are really feeling some energy, just help me out real quick and drop some 111s on the chat, because I'm going to walk you through this call and we're going to execute. Like, this is literally a call to action, right? This is a call to help everybody. This is not really like a team call. Or this is, hey, I'm working with you guys and I'm pouring my time into each and every single one of you guys. So really take this call as a one-on-one call, right? Like, really take this call like, yo, you're talking straight to Ant right now, right? Like, this call needs to hit home so you can get off this call and really go out there and put in the work, put in the action, and do what you got to do in order for you to reach Gen 350, right? So the first thing I want to talk about on your notebook and on your pen, the first thing you want to focus on is your structure, right? That's the first thing you want to focus on. And I'm gonna go over 4 things really quickly with you, right? But the first thing you want to focus on is your structure. You want to know exactly where it is that you're at. You see, great leaders, they draw out their structure. They know exactly where they're at because they draw it out. And right now, maybe if you're new into this business, right, or you have a desire to go Gen 350, the first thing you need to do is you need to go out there and you need to draw your structure. I'm going to share my screen really quick so you guys can kind of follow along. And you guys should see my whiteboard right now, right? So you need to understand where you're at, right? Number one, where are you? Bob Proctor talks about you can't get to where it is that you want to go if you don't even know where you're at. So if all of us, we all have the desire to go Gen 350, or if you're a Gen 350, it's a desire to go Gen 1000, right? But you need to know exactly where it is that you're at. You need to know exactly what it is that you need to accomplish, what it is that you need. But before that, where are you right now, right? So where are you at? And this goes into really drawing, right, your structure. Hey, where am I? How many people do I have under me? How many people have I sponsored, right? And that also goes into play where you need to know exactly how to reach Gen 350. Listen, the most simplest, the most easy way to really make it happen is really just focusing, right, and aiming. I'm going to go ahead and write this under, is aiming on 4 quarterly packages. Okay, so what are the quarterly packages? They're the 90-day packages. They're the ones that cost $390, right? Because a way to go Gen 350 is very simple, right? It's 1, 1, 1, 1 if you're building 4 lines, right? It's 300 points per line, right? So if you have 4 quarterlies, right? That's the image. And why do I say this, right? Taylor Marks, Mr. Matty Pips is, you say that you want to give that person a 90-day vision. You want to give that person to come into this and have them be here for 90 days. So that's why it's the importance, right, of that brand new customer, giving them that 90-day run. But it also benefits you too, right? Doesn't just benefit the customer, it benefits you. If you push 4 quarterly packages, that gives you 330 volume per package, per quarterly package. So if you're building 4 lines, which I believe every single person here with this opportunity, you can decide what line structure you want to build. If you want to build 2 lines, 3 lines, or 4 lines. But from my perspective, I believe if you go build 4 lines, you do less numbers. And with the opportunity, with the products that we have, right, this pushes on its own, right? Obviously, us as leaders, we got to go out there and put in the work. We got to go out there and expose people. But, right, you want to structure out with 4 lines, right? And you want to push 4 quarterly packages. If you don't push 4 quarterly packages, right? Now, the intent is obviously to do so. But if you do monthlies, you're going to have to go 2, 2, 2, and 2, right? So that's a total of 8 people. So you need to know exactly where are you right now? Have you personally sponsored someone, right? If you have, okay, then maybe right now you're 1, 0, 0, 0, right? So if you do quarterlies, excuse my writing, not the smartest guy in the world, but being smart doesn't pay me. Putting in the work pays me, right? If you do quarterlies, right, 1, 1, 1, 1, right? So if you do 4 lines, all you have to personally focus on is really sponsoring 4 quarterly packages. If you do monthlies, right, the monthly packages, and you guys need to know the volume. The volume of this really requires 155. So since you build a 4-line structure, right? This is structure, guys. A 4-line structure, you're doing 155, 155, 155, 155. So that's going to add up to 2, 2, 2, 2, right? So you're either looking at 4 quarterlies or you're looking at 8 monthlies, right? That's how you have to know where you're at. And you have to, right now, what I actually need from every single one of you guys in our Gen 350 chat, I want you guys to go ahead and draw out your structure after this call. That's the first thing I want you to do, right? If you do not have the IBO package and you're gonna go Gen 350 tomorrow, go ahead and purchase the IBO so you can see your structure. I want you to get a whiteboard, or I recommend a whiteboard. If you don't have a whiteboard right now, get on a piece of paper, on a blank piece of paper, and draw out your structure. Hey, this is what I have on line 1. This is what I have in line 2. This is what I have in line 3, right? And maybe you're closer than you think, but you need to know your structure, right? If you decide to build 4 lines, all you need to focus on is 4 quarterly packages. Guys, that's insane. For $350 a month, like, I really want you guys to picture where you can be, and not only just where you can be, but where you can put people in position, right, by getting them on board, right? So the first focus on drawing out your structure is where it is that you're at. Then number 2 is, right, drawing out your structure. Number 2 is you got to know where you're going, right? You need to know exactly, that's the key word, exactly where you're going. So that's where it comes into drawing out your structure. If you don't know where you're at, you're not going to know where you're going. So you need to know exactly where you're at to be able to say, hey, this is what I need. This is what I need. This is what I need to be able to accomplish Gen 350 by tomorrow, right? So once you know where you're at, you can know where you're going. You can know, hey, this is what I'm missing. This is what I need to do. This is what I need to focus on. That really moves into number 3, which is accountability, right? I want you guys to have 2 types of, actually 3 types of accountabilities. The first one, which I spoke about this on a previous call, is the accountability with yourself. Look, that's the most important one, right? If you want to get it done tomorrow, you got to hold yourself accountable to say, hey, I'm not going to sleep. I'm going to do whatever it takes. I want everybody to drop on the chat, whatever it takes. You need to have the mentality. Drop on the chat box right now, whatever it takes, right? You need to have that mindset. I want to see whatever it takes on the chat box. It needs to be that mentality, whatever it takes. It's that self-accountability. Number two is that accountability with your mentor. I want you to actually text your mentor right now, and I want you to let him know, hey, I want you to hold me accountable, right? If it's Anna, if it's Taylor, or if it's Cam, right? Or if it's Diego Salinas, right? I want you to reach out to them and say, hey, hold me accountable. I'm going to get this done. Hey, every single hour, reach out to me. How is it? What more do I need to do? But you need to have that accountability. And then number three, find someone else that maybe came in the same time period as you, right? Or maybe someone else that you don't know, and hold that third type of accountability. So you have three types of accountability to really get this done. I promise you, if you hold that accountability, you're going to go and smash this in the next 30 hours. And then the fourth one is really where I'm going to create the game plan with you, which is you're creating a focus. You want to create a focus, right? If you want to become successful, right, you need to have focus, right? If you want success, you can't have broken focus. If you have broken focus, you won't succeed, right? So you want to have these type of 4 focuses on your structure, right? Creating that focus, knowing where you're at, knowing exactly where you're going, having an accountability, right? 3 types of accountabilities, and then creating a focus. Now that creating a focus, I'm going to break down to you on what exactly you need to focus on, right? What is it that you need to focus on these next 30 hours, right? For you to focus on making this thing happen. Now, with you identifying where you're at with number 1, where exactly you're at, right? You're going to, if you're right now, I'm going to use the example as you haven't sponsored anybody. You're brand new into this business, but your situation may be different, right? Maybe like Ryan, right? He sponsored Devontae and he has a personal leg under him. So that's why it's important to know where you're at. But let's say I want to talk to that person that maybe hasn't sponsored someone yet. Maybe someone that, you know, is in the business, but there's no people under them right now currently, right? You need to understand that you need to have a focus. And I believe everybody should have this focus to personally enroll 8 to 10 customers in the next 30 hours. You need to have that focus to, if I want to go hit Gen 350, and I think this should fall on everyone. Doesn't matter if you do have a team under you. It doesn't matter if you've sponsored 2 or 3 people already. It doesn't matter if you're 1 person away from Gen 350. And here's the reason why. When you become a Gen 350 and you're aware of, and I want you to write this down. When you become a Gen 350 and you're aware of going Gen 350, you know exactly how you did it. You're going to go and help others go Gen 350. You guys get me? If you go Gen 350 and you follow this blueprint and say, hey, I don't care what I have right now. I'm going to have a focus to go out there and hit Gen 350 in the next 30 hours. And you focus on 8 to 10 personals, right? Those 8 to 10 personals, even if they're quarterlies, you're going to bypass Gen 350. But you need to have that focus on 8 to 10 personals for today, for tomorrow, or 5 today, 5 tomorrow, right? But you need to have that focus. And guess what? If you do focus on that and you land at 4 quarterlies, you're already a Gen 350. You guys get what I'm going with this? You have a target goal and you have a reach goal. Your reach goal is my 8 to 10. I want you to write that down. Your reach goal should be 8 to 10 personals. You need to have a reach goal. That's your reach goal by tomorrow midnight. Your target goal is no matter what, I'm going to land at Gen 350. I'm going to become a Gen 350, right? That's your target goal. That there's no ifs, there's no ands, there's no buts, there's no excuses. I am a Gen 350. And it really starts with your words, right? It really starts with what you speak. I'm not going to get into that today, but that's why it's so important to speak. I'm so happy and grateful now. I am a Gen 350 by June 22nd. Thank you, God. I believe it's done. I'm not going to talk about the in-depth of words, right? How words grow into your existence. You speak into an existence. I'm going to really talk about the action today and what it takes for you to go and hit Gen 350, right? So the focus, your reach goal is it needs to be 8 to 10 personals. Needs to be 8 to 10 personals. That's what you're focusing on. That's what your reach goal is, right? Your target goal would be no matter what, I'm a Gen 350, right? Doesn't matter if you're 1 on the way. Doesn't matter if you're 3 on the way. I want you to have the mentality of when you become a Gen 350 and you're aware of it, you can go and actually help others go Gen 350. You can go create Gen 350s. You can teach other people how to go Gen 350. And that's what leadership is, right? It's influencing, nothing more, nothing less. Leadership is influence, right? So going straight into it, right? 8 to 10 personals. How are we going to get that done? Very simple, guys. This is part of the skill, which is, I want you to write this down. Building an expanding list, okay? Building an expanding list. I want you to build an expanding list. Listen, we have a goal to have 1,000 Gen 10Ks in 2022. And I'm telling you right now, we are on the pace on getting that done. And the only way, listen to this, to go Gen 10K is to have the most amount of Gen 350s in your organization. The most amount of Gen 350s in your organization will help you get produced to a Gen 10K. So that's why it's so important. You need to know how to become a Gen 350 so you can teach it on to others. Now, how do you start? You start with building that expanding list. Right now, there's 2 lists I want you to create. Write this down. The first list is your board of directors list. Your board of directors list, okay? Now your list in total, you need to have 50 to 80 people. It doesn't matter what category, I'm gonna break it down in 2, but you need to have 50 to 80 done in the next 30 to 45 minutes. It needs to be fast. Success loves speed. So in the next 30 to 40 minutes, you need to have a 50 to 80 person list. No excuses, that's what it takes, okay? Now you're gonna have a board of directors list. So let me give you an example. I'm at a Barnes and Nobles right now. If I were to go build a bookstore next door, and I said, look, I'm gonna go build a bookstore here, and I'm gonna go make this thing happen, right? Who are people that I'm gonna sit down with that I say, hey, you know what? These people, right, are competitive. They're ambitious. They have influence. I'm giving you categories right now, characteristics, right? Who respects me? Who do I respect, right? Who has a winner mentality? Here's a better one. Who's won before in the past, in previous experiences, in previous endeavors, right? Who has a mentality of a champion? These are people that are going to go on your board of directors list. These are people that if you were to open up a bookstore, these are people that you would sit down at a table and conduct business with, right? These are people that respect you. They trust you. They have influence over you. You have influence over them. Like, these are people that you're launching a business, you're opening up a business, you're sitting down with them, right? You're talking to them. Why? Because you have vision and they have vision, right? So exactly, who's your inner circle? Who are people that you communicate with? But you're not going to go ahead and talk to a bimbo, right, that is focused on going out every single Saturday, right? You're not going to go talk to Broke Bob, and Broke Bob is going to talk to you about, oh, well, how much does this cost, man? Like, no, you want to have people, right, that have a vision. You want to have people that are already successful. This is your board of directors list. These are people you know, so they can be in your contact list, right? They can be people that you work with right now, right? They can be people that not just you work with, they can also be people that, let's say, you went to school with, right? These are people that you can probably be on the phone with, right? These are people that maybe you've met before in the past that are looking for opportunity. You want to write these names down on the board of directors list. It can be anywhere from 50 to 40 people. 15 to 40, right? Because you want to create a 50 to 80 person list total. Now, the second list that you're going to create is your social media list. This is your social media list. This is what I like to call your cold market, right? These are people that you may not even really know or maybe not have so much communication with, right? So your board of directors list is really your warm market, and your cold market is like your people on social media. And that's why I call it an expanding list, because you can go on your messages on Instagram, right? See people that you interact with, see people that like your stories, or better yet, go on your likes, on your photos, and look at all the people that have liked your picture. Look at all the people that have left a comment, right? Look at all the people that have viewed your story. Guys, I'm giving you what you need to create this list. If you don't do this, this falls on you, and you just don't want it bad enough. And that's straight facts. Like, I'm giving you what you need. in order for you to go execute. Go on your stories. Look at who looked at your story. Go on your Facebook. Go on your Instagram pictures. Look at who looked at your pictures, right? So the social media list falls through with Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. Those 3 social medias, you in the next 15 to 30 minutes after this call ends, you're gonna go and you're gonna create first your board of directors list, and then you're gonna create your social media list, right? Now, how do you keep that list expanding? Because obviously our goal is to go Gen 350 in the next 30 hours, right? But the whole point is it's to continue expanding that list. The moment you stop expanding your list, the moment your business stops expanding, okay? So, because if you want to be a top producer, you need to be a producer. Make sense? Like, you need to produce, you need to bring new excitement, you need to bring new energy into your business. So how do you do so? I want you guys to focus. Maybe set a 30-day challenge where you post on your story 10 times a day, right? A call to action, right? Maybe you can post some lifestyle, or better yet, you can post testimonials, right? A winning culture. You can post people that are winning, right? How many times does Taylor and Maddie, right? Go ahead and write it in the chats and say, how'd you guys do on the session? There's so many people saying, hey, I did this. I did 240% today. I did $200 today, right? There's so many testimonials that you can bring out, and you can use your Instagram to build your business. Guys, there's so many people right now making $10,000 a month or more on Instagram. And the only difference between you and them is that they utilize it. That's it. They utilize their Instagram. They're reaching out to people. They're promoting their business, right? Guys, I don't know about you, but I want my phone to pay me. I want to create residual income, because your network is your net worth, right? So if you're not utilizing your network, you're not having a net worth. Does that make sense? Like, you have a network there for a reason. So use it. Get yourself not just paid, but get yourself branded, right? Like, you want to brand yourself. Like, hey, look, this is where I'm locked in for the next 10, 15 years. You're going to see me trading with Taylor. You're going to see me trading with Anna. You're going to see me trading with Maddie Pips, right? Like, brand yourself. Have a vision for yourself, right? Because how many times do we go, like, this is just an example. It's not to knock anything downer, but like, we're so fixated on, hey, I can go work a job for 2 years. Well, how about if you have the same mentality of, for 2 years, if I stay grounded on this, if I show people the plan, if I expose people, right, my life can change drastically, right? Not just through the trading, but I can go create 10,000 a month, right here with Mind Academy with the residuals, right? So if you're with me, drop some 111s. I know I'm not going too fast, but I know I'm going pretty fast, right? But the reason why I say a 50 to 80 person list is because I always go by the 1 to 10 rule. I always go by that. It's the 1 to 10 rule, but there's two more things I want to add on very quickly to your list, right? And this is going to be very key for you to say, I know I can get this person involved, right? You want to create a list of influential people. The 2 key factors that you want to ask yourself. These are 2 questions you want to ask yourself. Number 1 is, are they teachable and are they coachable, right? You want teachable and coachable people in your business, right? You don't want Pepito coming into your business and then he doesn't go on to every session, or you don't want Pepito coming into this and thinking he can not follow a trading plan, right? And then he's just doing whatever he wants. No, you're going to waste your time. Why waste your time that way? Are they teachable and coachable? Number 2, do they have the means to get started, right? Do they have the means, right, to get started? If they have the means, I'm going to focus there. Why? Because I know he's dedicated. I know he's going to come in. He's not going to ask too many questions. He may ask some, but I'm not going to waste my time. I know he's ready. I know he's dedicated. I know that the time I'm going to pour into him is going to be a freaking 1, right? So those are the 2 key factors. And what I'm going to run you guys through now is probably the most important part. If you don't follow this, it ain't going to get done, because I'm someone that likes to work effective. I don't like to work just to work. You get what I'm saying? I like, if I'm going to work, I'm going to look for the way to effectively get the most results that I can out of this. If you're with me, drop some 333s, or just say yes, whatever you guys want, or just say, I'm with you, right? I want to work effective. I don't want to work just to work. Like I want, hey, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it effective. I'm going to do it with energy. I'm going to do it to get the most amount of results that I can out of what it is that I'm pouring myself into right now. So it's very important for you to follow this PS3 system, but I'm going to break it down. Like I'm going to break this down. Like it's not, I'm just not going to say peak their interest, show the plan 3-week call. No. This is how you're going to run it. The first thing you want to focus on before I even go into the PS3 system, you want to use your mentor. Stop doing this on your own. Stop trying to do this on your own. You need to utilize your mentor, your leader, anybody that is a Gen 350 or above that can help you with this. Why? Because if you go through your board of directors list and you go through your Instagram and you just do it to do it, you're not going to get effective results. Remember, I'm talking about effective results. Instead of going 1 out of 10, you can go 3 out of 10. And you can probably even go Gen 1000 in the next 30 hours, right? You can go Gen 1000 because you're looking at effective. You're looking to quantum leap. You're looking to get the best results out of what you're putting your time into. So what you want to do is you want to expose them and have your prospects go through this PS3 system with your mentor, right? You want to utilize the peak their interest with a power phrase. You want to pique their interest with a power phrase. Now, when you call someone, I'm not going to go over the invite, but obviously you want to have a small talk with them. You want to have a small talk with them, getting to catch up, getting to, hey, what's going on? But you want to have a power phrase and ask them a question, right? This is the power phrase that I use, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you the power phrase, but after I'm going to tell you something very important. This is the power phrase you can use when you're talking to someone and after you're having the small talk. Each convo should really just go to 2 to 3 minutes max. But this is something that I would ask someone because remember, my goal is to work effective. My goal is not to talk too much. My goal is to sort through the numbers. I have a 50 to 80 person list. I don't have time to talk about what is Nadex on the phone. I don't have time to try to explain why, because we're going to direct them to seeing the plan. So this is the power phrase that I use. In the last 10 years, with the amount of money that has flowed through your bank account, how much money have you made on it? That's the question. In the last 10 years, with the amount of money that's flowed through your bank account, how much money have you made on it? Most people, 9 out of 10 people are going to say, I haven't made any money out of the money that's flowed through my bank account. So the question that leads to next is, what if there is a way that I can show you how to start multiplying your account right now with an incredible skill set? Would you be open to that? What if there was a way I can show you on how you can start multiplying your money with an incredible skill set? Would you be open to that? And if people tell you no, then they're probably not meant to do business with you. If people tell you, hey, I'm open to it, how can I get this done? Perfect. Now we're moving into showing the plan, right? Now, what is it that you're going to do before I go into showing the plan? This is what you want to do. You want to edify. Before you even pique their interest, before you even show them the power phrase, you want to edify your mentor. You want to edify your mentor. If you say the power phrase or your mentor says a power phrase, it doesn't matter. You want to get that prospect, that person that's on the list, the name that you wrote down on the list, you want to get them connected to your mentor. You want to edify your mentor. Now, why is edification so important? It's the bridge to the trust and the results. Your mentor has the results. They trust you. You're the bridge builder of the prospect and your mentor. So what you're doing is you're building that trust, right? So your prospect, right, can say, wow, you know, if Diego really respects myself or really respects his mentor, I'm going to listen to his mentor because his mentor has the results. I know he has the results, but now he's building that trust where the prospect can now listen, and it makes your mentor's job a lot easier to start your prospect, to help him get started. I don't like the word close because we're not closing anyone. We're helping people get started, right? So you're building that trust with your prospect to your mentor. So your mentor, their life, their job is a lot easier, and they can just help them get started right away. If you don't edify, that person's going to be like, who the heck is this? I don't know who I'm talking to. But if I edify, right? Let's say I'm edifying Diego, right? I love that Diego's taking notes. He has his camera on. He's ready to go Gen 1000, right? But if I edify Diego and I'm edifying Diego to my prospect, if I'm edifying Diego to my prospect, I'm going to be like, hey, look, man, I'm going to connect you with someone very important and special to me. I don't want you to take this person's time very lightly. Listen, I'm going to put you on the phone with my mentor, and this individual has been able to help so many people's lives with this skill set. And with what we're about to introduce to you, he's been able to really reach a very good income. Aside from what he's doing right now, he's been able to really crush it right now, help a lot of people. And more importantly, this guy has a heart of gold. He really wants to see a lot of people win. And there's no better person that I can introduce you to than Diego. He loves to have fun. He loves people. He has results. And we're going to make a change in this world so big that you're going to want to be a part of. So I'm going to introduce you to my mentor, Diego. And guess what? This is also another secret. You want to edify your prospect to your mentor, right? So when I edify my mentor, I'm going to cross edify. I'm going to say, hey, Diego, this is Billy. And Billy, I've been talking to him back and forth. He came across my mind. And I need to introduce you to him because I know you have the way to really change this guy's life. He has a very big desire. He's looking for something to really go out there and make 10 grand a month in the next 6 months, where he can dedicate and put his time into a great vehicle. So listen, I know I'm going to connect you to him, but trust me, I know this is the guy you want to believe in. This is the guy you want to trust in, because I know he can, all of us working together, we can take this to a whole nother level. So you're edifying your mentor and you're edifying your prospect, right? Before you even pique their interest, get them on the phone. If it's a FaceTime, right? I do a FaceTime. If you don't have an iPhone, do a 3-way call. But with your list, knock it down with your mentor. Don't do it on your, if you want effective results, you're going to do it with your mentor. If you want to do it on your own, you're going to do it by yourself. And trust me, you can get a lot further with working together, right? You can get a lot further by doing this with your mentor. It's going to be a lot more effective. I look for effective results, not just, I'm going to do this to do this, right? So you guys with me so far on the edification, on having your, if you call and you talk to your prospect, you get them on the phone with your mentor, right? You get them speaking to your mentor, you edify your mentor, you edify your prospect, and you can even have your mentor, right, go ahead and do the power phrase or get them on the call. So now we're moving into the S, right? We're going to expose the plan. We're going to expose the business. That's called show the plan. And we're going to show the plan in 2 ways. Guess what, guys? We don't have a lot of time. So how are we going to do this? 9 p.m. Central. We have the Zoom overview where your 50 to 80 potential person list. If you go through the 40 today, you're going to go through the other 40 tomorrow, or you're going to expand, right? But the whole point is to do this effective, but you're going to get them to the 9 p.m. overview. Your goal is to get them on the overview. If they can't make it, guess what? That's why you connected them with your mentor. Your mentor is going to send them the overview for them to watch, and it's your mentor's job to have them edify Maddie. So when they watch the overview, I'm going to send the link, right? I'm going to send the link so I can go ahead and make sure that you have the overview, okay? So 9 p.m. Central, and then if they can't make the 9 p.m. Central, you're going to redirect them, right? You're going to redirect them onto the overview, the video, right? They're going to watch the video right there. When they're done watching the video, right, and they're done going ahead and watching the overview at 9, this is what you're going to do. It's very simple. I'm almost done, and we're going to have a special guest at the very end speak for a couple of minutes. I just probably have like 5 more minutes, so this is the time to focus up. When they're done watching the video and they're done watching the overview, this is a secret right here. You get them on the phone with your mentor. have your mentor, right? So Roland, have them speak to Anna, right? Diego, have them speak to Taylor, right? Who else? Cam, have them speak to me, right? Greg, have them speak to Taylor. They need, or whoever, if it's Diego, whoever is helping you out, whoever's working in the trenches with you, right? This is leadership conversation. This, whoever's in the trenches with you, get them on the phone. Your mentor, it's your mentor's delegation to get them started. Does that make sense? Your job is to get effective results. So after the call, after the presentation, after the plan, after the Zoom, after they watch the video, right? So you're first aiming for the Zoom at 9 Central. If they say, yo, bro, I can't make it at 9, you get them to watch the video on the spot. Hey, look, well, hey, I have a 15-minute video you can watch right now, and I want you to speak to my mentor right after. Boom, right? So right after they watch the video, your mentor is getting them started, okay? So right after, what you do is you stay quiet. You don't talk. You go ahead and pass it to your mentor. Your mentor helps them get started. Now, if you're the mentor, you don't get off the phone till they get started, right? If they don't have the money, your goal is to use the objections that you need to know, right? If they don't have the money, you help them find the money. If they don't have the time, you help them find the time, right? You go through the objections, but it's your mentor's job to get them started on spot, right? So guys, super important. That is the 3-way call. So it's PS3, pique their interest with a power phrase, show the plan, get them onto the 9 p.m. overview. If they can't make it 9 p.m. today, they're going to watch a video, right? They're going to watch the presentation. And after they watch it, you plug them back in with your mentor on FaceTime or 3-way call. You stay quiet, your mentor closes. Your mentor gets them started, right? So that's the PS3 system broken down to the T. All you got to do is follow it. Now, the very last thing I'm going to say to really help you guys out is you need to track your business, guys. You need to. Whatever you track will grow. Whatever you track will grow. You need to get, what I challenge you guys to do is go and get an 8x11 calendar. You want to schedule success, guys, because guess what? The people that go and see the information, you see, amateurs, they try to remember something. Professionals, they write things down on paper. Amateurs try to remember, professionals write things down. You want to schedule success. You need an 8x11 calendar. Show me your calendar and I will tell you your rank, right? Your activity does not lie, right? A lot of people don't set out to fail, right? People just fail to plan. That's it. People just fail to plan. That's really the secret right there. If you want to get to Gen 350, you need to get a calendar, 8x11 calendar. And guess what? Whoever is on the presentation, whoever is on the session, whoever's on the Zoom, whoever's watching the overview video, they go on your planner so you don't forget, right? I want you to write this down. The fortune is in the follow-up. If you don't write it down, you lost the fortune, right? If you don't write it down, the fortune is lost. If you write it down, you're able to follow up and you're able to have the fortune. The fortune is they got started with your business because you were able to plan out your success. Success is one thing. It's intentional. Either you intend to do it or you don't. Everything we do is on purpose. So guys, you have a beautiful opportunity in your hands and you could be missing out. This is the last thing I'll say, on 10,000 a month because you're distracted. You could be missing out on 10,000 a month because you're distracted. Now, don't get me wrong. In life, there will be distractions. But because there's distractions, that doesn't mean you have to get distracted. Does that make sense? Just because there's distractions, that doesn't mean you have to get distracted. There's going to be an immense amount of focus if you follow exactly this play. You follow this plan. Tomorrow, I see everyone as a Gen 1000. And if not, Gen 350. When you plan for it to happen, you're in full expectation that you're going to make it happen, right? I'm going Gen 10K. The activity that you put forth is the belief of what you say. So the activity, if there's no activity, there's no belief. So the only activity believes your belief system. So if you have a high belief, if you know you're a Gen 350 by tomorrow, I want you to drop it on the chat. I am a Gen 350. I'm so happy and grateful now. I am a Gen 3. That's your belief. Now your activity will determine your belief. I am so happy and grateful now. I am a Gen 350. Drop it on the chat. I want to see the believers. I want to see who knows that it's already done tomorrow. I am so happy and grateful now. Write it right. If you're going to write it right, do it right. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am a Gen 350. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am a Gen 350 by tomorrow, right? And guess what? If you're already a Gen 350, you make it happen tomorrow. I want you to drop it on the chat. I want to see who's believing. I want to see who's ready to do the activity. I want to see who's ready to serve, right? You got to be the one who shows the plan. That's how you develop yourself as a Gen 350 and you develop others as Gen 350. So guys, with that being said, super excited. I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to the special guest that is going to go ahead and close up this call. I already know, I expect, that's how high I believe for everybody to go Gen 350 tomorrow. Everybody goes Gen 350 tomorrow minimum. Guys, that will determine your next cycle for you to go Gen 10K. I promise you, that's the secret right there. But it's like I said, don't get distracted. With that being said, my man, Dumbit the legend, the one that got everybody paid this morning, I'm going to pass it over to you and you can close out this call, my brother. I'm going to go ahead and make you host and I'm super excited for what you're going to say. Super grateful for you. I know everybody's very grateful for you, man. And I'm super excited for this week, for all the new ranks, the new momentum we're going to create right here from this call. And with that being said, I'll pass it over to you, my brother.
All right, yo, you guys, let's type some sevens in the chat very fast for Ant for absolutely crushing that call. Sevens in the chat right now. Give me 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, you guys. I'm just going to be very blunt and honest with you guys right now, okay? I want everybody to turn your cameras on so I know you're paying attention because I'm not going to be this blunt probably ever again on a call. But, you know, when I started listening to this call on my way back from Starbucks, I was just thinking, I'm like, dude, this is the fucking life. Like, this is the life, right? I wake up, you guys, no shit. I wake up when I want to. I trade from 10 to 10:30. And then what do? I fuck around all day, right? But that's because I get to work for my cell phone. I get to go to the pool. I make a phone call. Ant calls me when I'm driving to the gym. I call Blake. I call Greg, right? Yes, this is the life. What are you waiting for? Literally, what are you waiting for? You guys like I've been in the industry, right? For now, 5-6 years in network marketing, but in the trading industry for about 3.5 years. Okay. So I know because I've heard the stories, right? I've heard the stories of people paying for their mom's cancer. I've heard the stories in third world countries of people making $30 a day to pay for groceries, right? I know every single one of you guys on this call right now has made $100, right? At least $100. So what are you waiting for? If we literally have our hands on something that can end poverty in third world countries, that can change lives, that can pay for cancer, like what the fuck are you waiting for? That's almost selfish because of your ego, right? You don't want people to be like, oh, you're doing that network marketing. Oh, you're that trader. Yeah, I am. And guess what? I'm not going to work in 2-3 years. If you like, when people bash me, I just laugh in their face. I go, you realize you're working your ass off 60 hours a week and you're living paycheck to paycheck. I said, hey, I'll make you a deal right now. If you come over and start trading and you put in 60 hours a week for 6 months, 60 hours a week for 6 months, I will guarantee you're making $30,000 a month. And if you're not, I will pay you $30,000 a month because nobody can make the commitment. Nobody can stay disciplined. And the ones that can are going to be the ones making 30 grand a month, right? Ant just said, utilize your upline. Ant fucking calls me 20 times a day. Sometimes it's like, dude, come on. But at the same time, he's a workhorse. He's going to be making 100K a month, 300K a month, $1 million a month in the next 6 months, right? But he's utilizing his upline. And that just kind of goes for what is your why, right? Do you guys actually have your why written down? My why is I want to work my ass off right now So when I have a family and kids someday, they never, ever have to worry about financials, right? They can be free. They don't have to ever have to worry about money. We can travel. I can bring my kids here. My wife doesn't have to work, right? So I'm going to work my ass off for the next 2 to 3 years, all in, so I never have to worry about money again. You guys, one thing I've learned in this industry right now is anytime somebody or a leader comes in network marketing, they always go, if I just wish, or if I wish I would have just knew about this earlier. I wish I would have just been here when it started up. I just wish I had that opportunity. You guys realize that this is the fucking opportunity. We just launched the US and there's less than 10,000 people, less than that, probably 5,000 people in the whole entire US. 5,000 people. Yes, there will be over 100 to 200,000 people by the end of the year. And you guys literally all have the opportunity to go out and do it. But you have to find your why. You got to drop your ego and just put in the work. Put in the work, you guys. I don't care if it's an hour a day or 3 hours a day. Just at least write down and put in the work. Right? I'm not going to lie. These last 3 days, I've been so complacent. I'm like, dude, I worked my ass off for the first 2 weeks so much. I'm like, I'm just going to take a weekend off. And now I look at the back office and I'm like, fuck. Now I can't sleep tonight. Right? I mean, yeah, I hit Gen 10K. It was dope. Not Gen 10K anymore. I'm very close, probably 15, 12 people away. But I'm not going to bed now. Because if I don't hit that paycheck, I'm going to be pissed. Literally, I'm going to be pissed. Right? And so now I'm biting myself in the ass because I took 3 to 4 days off. But I promise you guys, you all have what it takes to be at that next level. You guys, I'm literally dropping a massive promo this week. I'm just going to give you a little insight on it. It's going to be about ranks. And to even be invited to this promo, you got to be a Gen 3K to even be invited to what we're going to be doing. We're going to be flying leaders out. We're going to be having yachts, wakeboard boats, dinner cruises on Lake Minnetonka. We're going to be renting out freaking convention centers. We're going to be throwing massive parties. But you have to be a Gen 3K to even get the invite, to even be invited. So you guys, and this promo is probably going to be in late July, early August. So you literally have 1 month to go hit Gen 3K if you even want to get the invite. And I promise you guys, you're not going to want to miss it. So, you know, what I have to say is just go out and do it. I'm actually running the overview tonight with Kessler. So I'm going to be doing the demo on Nadex. So go out there and literally just fucking invite the people that make fun of you. Just cool. Next. Like, you guys, people don't have the vision and the mindset that you guys have. I still go out and I still get made fun of. And people have seen how successful I am. And they still are like, oh, you're that dude. But fucking rights I am. Be proud of it. Have the results. You guys have all made over $100 trading, right? But it takes time. You have to compound your accounts. I promise you guys right now, if you guys all make the decision, type all in right now in the chat. If you guys all make the decision to go all in for 6 months, I will promise you, you will be a Gen 10K. But that's not going 3 days in a week, 1 day off, 2 days on. That's literally, I'll give you Sundays off. I will give you Sundays off, but you go Monday through Saturday, 6 days a week for the next, 30 weeks or 25 weeks, you will be a Gen 10K. I promise. And so, you guys, let's go get it done. I mean, I know Blake, Bobby, Greg, you guys are like literally 3, 4, 5, 6 quarterlies from Gen 1, Diego, like, I mean, you guys are so close. I don't even talk about monthly packages anymore because I don't care. If somebody wants to join my team and work personally with me, if you can't fucking commit for 3 months, I don't want you to work with me because I know you're not going to take it seriously. Right? Like, you guys gotta be up urged about it. Like, hey, I promise you this is a skill set you're not going to want to forget. And so, you guys, we literally have 4 hours until the overview starts. Every single one of you guys could easily get 30 to 40 commits in 4 hours. That's 10 commits in an hour, right? Okay. Well, that's about 1 commit, maybe let's say 2 commits every 10 minutes. in 10 minutes, I bet you can hit up about 50 people. If you go hit up 200 to 300 people, I guarantee you'll get 20 to 30, 40 commits on the call. And I guarantee you get 10 to 15 sign up. Gen 1K done. Let's go. So guys, I mean, every single one of you guys are on this call for a reason. We have a special Telegram chat for it. Let's utilize that. And every time you get a sign up or a commitment for the call tonight, I want you to put a green check mark. Actually, if you get a commit, put a green check mark in the chat. If you get a sign up, put the 100% emoji in the chat. Let's see how colorful we can get this chat tonight. Okay. We have 4 hours. Let's go. And you crushed it. I'm fucking fired up now. Excuse my language, but you guys, it's literally time to go. Like, if you guys don't want to go all in, cool. Just become a customer, because I'm not going to waste my time in either's and. But if you guys are all on this call for a reason, so let's get it done. So we'll see everybody in 4 hours. Get it done, and let's crush some ranks. Peace out.